Everyone, it's Zero here. Welcome back to day 2/day 3 a little bit of my of Transformers Marathon. Today I just also sorry this is a little bit late. I didn't get time to watch this one earlier earlier in the day because I was doing some stuff and just basically doing what I usually do. But anyways, today we're gonna be reviewing Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the second Maccabee Transformers movie. And I would have to say, again, it still has some weirdness. Again, especially one part of this movie, of this film. Oi, again with the weirdness. Anywho, so I think this takes place after the events of Transformers, which is the first one in this. The first one, not Transformers 1, but it's basically called Transformers. Either way, so after Megatron's been defeated, sort of, he comes back to life, obviously, and we still have the same characters, Sam, Michaela. I don't know if I said her name right. She's back again. Oh boy. Then the military's back, like Lennox. I really do like Lennox in these, and 1 through 5. He wasn't in fourth, and 1 through yeah. So anywho, so I would say that the story is this one is also a little bit wishy washy story wise because I think because I think during production I looked this up that back in I think this came out in 2009. I think I could be wrong. I think 2009. That I think why this movie had very bad writing is because there was a writer's strike back in the day. Of course, I was little at the time, but I did look this up. Why some of the stuff in this does not make sense, especially the female Decepticon, which I did not care for. Weird, wrong, cause weirdness again. Either way, I think that female Decepticon really didn't fit into this movie very well. Like, what was the purpose? I mean, I think, well, other than the whole weirdness things I said in the first one, this goes for pretty much all 5 of them. Like, if there wasn't so much weirdness, and especially this one has the 2 robots, the 2 twins, not the Aussies, the 2 Autobot twins that came with Sam, Simmons, Lilo, which I didn't really care for that much. He really didn't do anything in this movie. And Bumblebee, of course. Those 2 were a little bit racist in this one. Because I think, yeah, those 2 were a little bit racist, which I did not care for either. I mean, some of the twins were kind of funny. Some of them were. Some of the scenes that they were funny. A lot of times being racist was not cool. But whatever. I don't stand for that either. But at the end of the day, it's just a movie, even though we have that going on today. Either way. So, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, like if these movies didn't have any so much weird and inappropriate dialogue and racism and I think those are only the 2 things I can think of. But if it weren't for those 2 things, these movies would have been a little bit better. Just without all that, these movies could have been a lot better. I'm saying that now because that pretty much goes for 1 through 5. They could have been a whole lot better. Like if some characters actually did something. Some of them did do something. Like Simmons helped Sam revive Optimus, and the Jetfire kind of helped a little bit. He was a little bit funny, a little bit. Especially when he says, I'm getting too old for this crap" during the final battle. And let me tell you, the final battle was even more crazy than the first one. In Operation Firestorm, ooh, once that got going, you know it's about to go down. Pretty much the next one, Dr. Moon, is even crazier, I have to say, including the last night as well, and Age of Extinction. But either way, again, the music was great. Like the Decepticons and Autobots are still at it, and I think I learned this when I saw a scene from this movie, from this one, that Devastator. I that's the only I don't know about Devastator that much because I have not looked into any other Transformers media besides these movies and Transformers Prime. I don't know about Devastator that much, so okay. So bear with me here. And I've read in one of the comments of that the scene that was of this one that the design of Devastator actually melted a computer during production. I think it melted. Was it? It might have been one or two. I don't remember, but I think it did melt a whole computer. Like I think the insides got fried because of how big it was. Like how big might have been how big the fire was, but that's what I read. So either way, but overall, besides again as I mentioned, besides the racism, the inappropriate things I'm not mentioning, besides those things, pretty much in all 5 movies, these movies could have been a whole lot better. Like without those, there would never been so much hate for these movies. But you know what they say, you can't make people happy. Like personally for me, I tend to ignore those 2 things I mentioned. I just really like enjoying these movies. And plus, I can sit through all of these movies without falling asleep because I've heard that people fall asleep during these ones, especially the last night, because people say that was boring film, but I would disagree. That's my opinion. We will get to that soon. So I have 3 more to go in the Bayverse Transformers. But either way, besides my complaints of all 5 movies, which I'm going to be mentioning again, but yeah, overall, oh, I forgot to mention this in the previous one, that I give the Transformers, the 2007, I have to say 8 out of 10 because of the weirdness and other stuff I mentioned. I'm not sure if I mentioned them, but this one I would have to give a 7 out of 10 because of the one scene, the museum scene with Simmons. That was wrong. Did not need to see that. I don't know why that part was in the movie, in this one, but whatever. But yeah, I give it like a 7 out of 10 because of the things I mentioned and that one scene that did not need to be there. Oh well. And I did warn my dad and my aunt that there was going to be some blah scenes like that I mentioned, that one scene I mentioned, and the weird dialogue and other things. So I did warn them. I stopped to finish Age of Extinction and last night, and Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast with my aunt. One of these days, we'll get to that soon. But aside from my blabbing on and getting off track, well, this movie was pretty decent, I would have to say. Not else I can talk about. Rather than that, pretty decent movie. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And next is Dark of the Moon. Which, yeah, next is Transformers Dark of the Moon. So, see you guys then. Good night, everybody.